Got an email question in from Seth in Wisconsin. I've got a 10-year employee who's been with me from day one, who is an obvious candidate for a general manager type of role. However, I have a newer guy who's been with me for about 2 years, who has shown me a lot more traits and skills that I'd like to have in a potential GM. My question is, how do I navigate that as an owner and not disappoint and lose my 10-year senior employee if I promote the newer employee who I think would be better in the role? Probably can't. If they have the expectation that they're moving into the GM role, I don't know that you're going to be able to remove that expectation. And so the problem happens, the solving of this problem happens before you get to this point in the problem. So I don't know that, I think the cow may be out of the barn is what I'm afraid of. So instead, what we've talked about around Ramsey all this time is time on the job seniority is not an indicator or an entitlement of the next leadership slot. Performance, competency are the indicators of who goes into the next leadership slot. And if everyone knows that in the culture and it's been performed that way time and time again, everyone around looks around and goes, they will have seen a 2-year person pass a 10-year person before. And then they don't have the expectation of getting the role unless they're the best person for the role. Now, they may raise their hand and try to make the sale and say, I'm the best person for the role. Pick me, coach. Put me in, coach. And that's okay. That's actually an indication of the person you want. They're eager, right? Enthusiastic. That's good. But they are not disappointed and go out and quit because we shuffle the deck and their card didn't come up on top. The next time we shuffle it, their card might come up on top. I don't know. And then you can talk to them about it if you're worried about it, but you've set the table inside the culture first. This sounds like you think, so I'm also guessing you have translated to your team, that the 10 years on the job, it gives them dibs. It doesn't. Just because you were sucking my air for 10 years, you were breathing my air, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed. There's no seniority. It's competency and performance, baby. And so that's what gets you the job. Nothing else gets you the job. And so I've got a 10-year employee who's been with me from day one, obvious candidate for general manager type role, but not as obvious as the other guy. There we go. And so I'm afraid that this person is going to be disappointed, and I'm afraid you're going to lose them. But I'm going to be okay with that because you put the best person in. 10 years from today, if you put the new guy in the role and he becomes the superstar general manager that you think he's going to be, and the other guy quits, are you okay? Answer is yes. You're okay. And you start making sure with your team that everyone understands that promotions and leadership slots are based on competency and performance, not based on seniority. And so I'm perfectly fine if someone has been here 10 years and they're still in the same role we hired them in. That doesn't make me mad at them. I don't hate them. As long as they're doing their job there, that's fine. But if they're wanting to move up, it's going to be based on them adding value over and above their current position into the next position and showing competency and performance. And then we're going to give them a shot at it. In neither case do you get a guarantee, by the way. These are human beings, so we don't know what's going to work out in the end. But you ask yourself, what I do is I project it out, not the short-term pain or the short-term tears or the short-term heartburn that you have feeling bad that the 10-year person didn't get it because you like them and you appreciate the fact they've been around 10 years and you don't want to disappoint them. I'm not trying to hurt their feelings. It's not my goal. I want them to stay. In the next general manager job, we might open up another branch and, they might get that one. I don't know. But the temporary heartburn of all of that is better than the 10-year heartburn of having put the wrong person in because you felt guilty. Yeah, choose, let's choose to not feel guilty. Let's choose, I'd rather feel guilty and not create a situation where I've done the wrong thing out of guilt-tripping myself kind of an issue. That's what I'm facing there. So anyway, that's some thoughts on our question of the day from Seth.